So we are going to head towards our next session, which is Sahitya Manch at AILF 2025. We're going to explore how artificial intelligence is going to reshape the worlds of literature and cinema. AI is already a powerful tool for artists and filmmakers. It can generate stories, suggest edits, manage shoot schedules, and with mind-blogging speed. But the real question is AI a boon or a goon? Does technology risk making us passive, or it is empowering us to reach the new horizons? AI can help us more creative, but it's human values, ethics, and vision that must guide these new tools. So today's speakers are the pioneers who will reveal how AI is blending with literature and cinema and not replacing the creativity but amplifying it, opening the door and asking questions. So get ready for the lively, enlightening discussions on AI promise and its perils. So continuing the curiosity, we will deep dive into the session by the moderator of this session, Mr. Anantha Krishnan, who is the CEO of Calorex Group, as the moderator of this session, with over 25 years of experience in techno-commercial and leadership roles in the field of education. Then we will like to introduce you to the speaker, Mr. Vision Raval, a distinguished business and technology strategist with over 22 years of experience at the forefront of digital innovation. With expertise in AI and data analytics, he is renowned for implementing intelligent automation and driving transformative growth across a whole spectrum of industries. Our next speaker, N. Satyanarayan, is a distinguished educator and author with nearly 2 decades of experience holding a computer science engineering degree and an MBA from DOMS, IIT Madras, empowering students across multiple domains. Through his humorous yet profound books on academics and life, along with excelling in entrance exams, quizzes, travel, and guest lectures, he embodies the continuous learning as an award all-rounder. And our next speaker, Snehal Chodhary, is a writer and creative professional in Indian entertainment industry, a postgraduate from Kanpur University with direction training from FTII Pune. She began her career as a radio jockey before moving into film and television. Her breakthrough came as a writer for the Kapil Sharma show, earning her wide recognition. Currently, she works with the filmmaker Vikram Bhatt and consults with Kuku FM, bringing fresh stories and creative vision to the industry. Okay, she is not here today. Okay, she might be coming and joining us after a while.
Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Thank you, Umaji. Thank you, AILF, for this beautiful opportunity. I think this would be my 3rd consecutive year on stage talking about different topics pertaining to literature. I think this year cinema has got added to the title. Cinema, as we all know, is a life-changing for many and also a reflection of the society. Right? I am a die-hard fan of Rajnikant. So a lot of today's talk will be based on Rajnikant's motion and his actions. Right? Pardon me for that. We live in a time when generative AI writes poetry. We live in a time where AI edits films, changes the climax of earlier made films, and we also live in a time where AI makes songs in a fraction of a minute. Now, the point is AI has become a friend, philosopher, and guide to many. And a few like me are still groping in the dark, trying to understand whether to fight AI or to flight AI. So the answer is going to be given by these gentlemen and the lady who is expected shortly. Our anchor has already introduced the senior panelists to you, Mr. Vision Raval, a founder of NGO called Sahitya Manch, works very closely with robotics, helps Gen Zs in writing books using AI, works with schools on AI, helps mentor startups, also works with the media houses on equipping them with AI techniques. Welcome to the talk, sir. We have Mr. Satyanarayan N, a teacher for 17 years, a teacher from the coaching industry. Children, आप लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हो, I think you are all kids of the DPS school, if I'm not mistaken, from your uniform I get that. You guys are welcome aboard. So, you see a teacher in a classroom, now you see a teacher in the stage. The difference is that teacher teaches you academics, this teacher is going to teach you crack competitive examination, so beware. Okay, that was just a joke, sir. You teach students on competitive examinations, particularly undergraduates, law, hotel management, education management. You help young professionals to grow in their career, and you're also the author of a lovely book called Crack It, which is on basically how to crack a coaching examination. I just, would have thanked God had you written this book about 40 years back. Maybe I would have used it. Just because of no books of such kind being available that time, I did not attempt a competitive examination, and I rather chose a stream of commerce, So that's what, is my shape thereafter. So I'll take a few questions straight away. My first question to you, Raval sir, is India is set to be, world leader by 2047, right? And it also is said that the World Economic Forum says that by 2030, 70% of the job market would change with the influx of AI, right? So what is your opening comment on this statement, sir?
Sure, it's a very good question, and it's demand of an hour that everyone is checking that there is AI is coming, and you need to do something different. You need to learn AI. You need to learn new technologies. My simple answer to them is very clear that, see, this is not a first-time change. If you think about 1990s, when the computer was the new thing coming up, people are afraid of that. Okay, computer is there, so accountant will lose their job. No, then tele comes in the picture. Tele operators has another new demand or another new vertical. So over here, AI is just started to showing their own color, because AI's research started. You will be amazed that AI research started in 1950, before 75 years ago, and today is coming into the picture. Is coming into the shape. So now, if you get yourself addicted or adaptive to this completely new technology, there is a huge opportunity. There is a huge scope. There is a new kind of entire range is ready for the job roles and your profiles. So don't afraid for them. And the single word I will say at ending my comment, that the best AI to make your brain work is still the chai, C-H-A-I,
Very nice. So I like one thing that you said, sir, that in the 90s the computer came in. So had we kind of taken flight of computers, maybe India would not have reached to what it is today. Similarly, again, there's a disruption that's happened after COVID. So in the 2020s, we are seeing the influx of AI, and you are requesting all young adults and the older people to not to flight, but to fight AI and learn AI, right, for a better prospect and a better tomorrow, if that is what you are saying by
Absolutely.
Your opening statement. Thank you very much, sir. Satya sir, competitive examination, I always maintain a distance when I shake hands with him, because I really am afraid of competitive examinations. Satya sir, competitive examination is not about coaching only. You can't, a guarantee of success cannot be given by just going and attending a class, right? Competitive examination is much more. Reading speed, writing speed, grammar, comprehension, problem solving, critical thinking, vocabulary, right? You have to be an avid reader, right? So where do you see in today's times, particularly the children who are sitting there who would be writing a competitive examination probably in the next, these are all 10thers and the 11thers if I'm not mistaken. So next year they'll be writing a competitive examination. So what is going to be your say to them in terms of what should they do and adopt in AI so that they have a brighter tomorrow?
Okay. Thanks for the question. Initially, being in the competitive world, when I came across the term AI for the first time, immediately my brain goes to AI as an all India rank, because that's what most of these coaching institutes, including yours truly, like to splash on hoardings and stuff. And as is with most of people of my age, we are very, very, I would say a little wary about new technology. Initially when smartphones came, we were like, no smartphones in the class. But then COVID hit, and then smartphones are the mainstay of education. So initially when AI came up, it was the usual brouhaha that students are going to use it to just copy paste the answers, and it's a total, it's a waste of time, and there's no way you can get anything beneficial out of it. But last year, it was a young student of Standard 12th who opened my eyes to the potential of AI when preparing for competitive exams. So one of the exams which I prepare for is conducted by IIM Indore, and it is considered to be pretty tough because it's mostly math and English. So I was surprised in a pleasant way to learn that this student of mine, had picked up past year papers, fed it into an AI, and requested it to generate similar questions for her to practice on. Now, I could not have come up with so many questions based on years of my experience in a short amount of time, which she was able to generate on her own. Secondly, she also dug up experiences of past students regarding the personal interviews, the type of questions which were asked, fed it into the AI, and asked it to generate more questions for her to practice. So, along with the school learning, along with what basic teaching I could do in the classroom, she actually used AI to learn to an extent which helped her crack the exam. She actually landed a seat in a prestigious institute. So AI is not just about using it to complete your homework. If used in the right manner, it can absolutely supplement teachers, right? Many teachers of the current generation, at least of my age, are afraid that it is going to make us redundant. I would say no. It is going to make your grunt work easy. It will take care of all the repetitive rote learning thing, and you can be more of the emotional guide and mentor to the student. So that's the role that I see for AI.
Fantastic. I really like what you said, that children, they kind of put to AI the current year's last year's examination papers, and they could get a trend of what should be this year's paper. From there they practiced, and they kind of tried to, the girl cleared the entrance examination. I had Professor Rupinder sitting here. Is she here around? All right, Professor Rupinder is from Delhi University. I completed my graduation from Delhi University. Those days there used to be something called as a champion guide, right? We used to buy it for 6 rupees if I'm not wrong. And it used to have 20 questions, and that 20 question used to be the saransh of the whole year's syllabi, right? So if you are good with those 20 questions, you can crack any question that comes out of the 10 questions, you are supposed to answer 5. So if out of those 20 questions, it'll somewhere cover about 5. So you are done with 80% of your paper, right? So that was what we used to do in our times, but children are smarter today. So you have a tool called AI. So children, please use it for your benefit. So Vijan sir, I'll take the next question to you. While children use AI, particularly I'm saying the youngsters, the pre-teens and the teens, right? And of course, there's a corporate also which is involved, but we'll not be talking corporate now. We'll be more concentrated towards the teaching faculty, the fraternity and the learning fraternity, right? So for the learning fraternity, what are the ethical challenges that both parents and the learning fraternity faces while using AI, and what should they refrain from while using AI?
Okay, it's a very good question. Like nowadays, if you can see, AI is a very generative and open platform. 90% people who are using the AI don't know how to use the AI safely, how to use the AI with its optimum power. They are just having some prompts, writing here and there emails, and they are using it. There are three things which they need to keep in mind. First of all, the incognito mode. Like on browser, we do have incognito mode. The same way AI do have an incognito mode where whatever question you ask them, they will get you the answers for those questions. However, your data will not be shared with any one of the AI server. Or if it is shared, it will be encrypted and then it will remove that. So that's the first thing. Always use it with incognito option. Second very important thing is understand the AI properly, because just putting your picture, just with if you want to have a Shah Rukh Khan in next to you by using the AI or Ghibli kind of activity, you always use AI very frequently, like, okay, let me put my picture and let me see how it works. Those all data, because there are a few AIs also from China, also from the other countries where we have not good relations. Now it's good, but maybe it is not stable. So I must say that another thing is that before giving your picture snaps to every AI bot or thing, try to keep 3 or 4 standard pictures and use it, not all the pictures. And third thing is always learn the AI with someone from your family, your teacher or tutor or some. Even YouTube has some of the good videos to understand the AI. So that will give you the better idea of using the AI in a right and concrete way. Otherwise, yeah, there is a huge disadvantage, and we are working. I think government is also working nowadays. If you can see the Facebook, they have a stamp of AI generated images. They have a stamp for AI generated videos. So those kind of stamp policy will also make sure that the whatever content are there are AI generated. It's not real or not to believe blindly. So
fantastic, fantastic, sir. So you primarily said 3 pointers. One is you said the cognitive mode, right? So what we have in the Google, there's something called the cognitive mode, where you see a set of 2 circles in a hat, right? So that's the incognito mode. And then you said is do not give your photographs randomly to any AI, right? So have 2 or 3 sets of standard photographs and just repeat those photographs again and again whenever you want to use it, right? So that's the second thing. I think this is something new that I, as a AI user, did not really know, right? So this is news to me and information to me, so thank you very much. So I'm quite sure this information will be useful to you. And third, what sir said is, if you are an underage child or if you are below the age of 18, please have some adult who can monitor what you are doing in your AI, right? Along with the AI, right? Or what you are practicing in AI. So these are 3 things primarily that he said. So very, very good point, sir. I take my next question in the same regard, sir, to Satyaji. This again is on academia. And once I finish this academia portion, I'll come to cinema, right? So entrance examination is always the bracketed name of entrance examination is pressure cooker, right? So pressure cooker is about stress, anxiety, tension, right? So any child who is wanting to clear UPSC or IIT JEE, right, is always into a tremendous kind of pressure situation. They kind of tend to forget everything for 2 full years, like the 11th and the 12th, and now it starts as low as class 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th also, right? So you have those integrated programs, you have the classrooms programs, and so many programs happening simultaneously. No play, only study, right? So how do you see in today's context, can technology, particularly AI technology, help releasing stress of students?
So one thing which I have observed in over 17, 18 years of teaching is that it is not the student who is completely devoted 24/7 to the books who's going to crack the exam, but the student who knows how to manage his or her time well. So more or less, it is the school topper who has also participated in different activities like MUNs, debates, quizzes, regularly watches movies on the weekends, plays a sport or 2, is also the person who's topping all these exams. So not just in current times with AI, but it has always been people who know how to manage their time well, who can control the stress so as to be able to crack it, because a stress-free mind is actually what is required. Now, how I see AI being useful here is there are a lot of tools which can regulate your use of your time. You can have AI tools which can help you learn. For example, I believe ChatGPT has come up with the student mode, where instead of directly giving you the answers, it helps you learn the concept step by step. Similarly, I'm sure there would be time management tools which restrict your screen time on mobiles and on computers, which can also, in fact, tell you to take a break, remind you to take a break, remind you to stay hydrated from time to time. So instead of looking at technology as something which is eating away your time or wasting your time and taking you away from learning, if you use it as a productive tool, then I believe time management is the key to cracking these entrance examinations and in fact cracking everything in life.
Oh, fantastic. So you primarily talked about time management, right? And you also said good things like AI can remind you to take a break. It can remind you to stay hydrated. So these are things normally children forget. You know, even when we are working in our offices, so we don't really forget to drink ample amount of water. So after about a couple of hours, you feel dehydrated, you feel stressed out, and you feel tired. Then you understand that there's no amount of water that's gone inside, right? So then you again gulp down the entire bottle. So it shouldn't be that. So use these tools. There are multiple tools available which are going to manage your time, which are going to help you be hydrated, be relaxed, be calm. So find out these tools with the help of your teachers, and teachers, please guide the kids on how to do it. And also such tools are available for working professionals, right? Like for example, I use a software called Todoist to do my tasks. It's a AI supported tool, right? So it clubs with all my calendar, it clubs with the Google, it clubs with many other things. Of course, it's a paid software, but what I'm trying to say is there are such softwares which will help you do and manage your time and your tasks simultaneously. Thank you, Satyaji. Thank you very much for that. Sir, Vision sir, you work with startups, right? You work with the media houses, right? Where do you see AI playing a major role when it comes to startups? That is one question to you. And the second question is, where do you see AI playing a role with media houses? Yeah?
Okay, wonderful. So if we talk about startups, so any startup we think about, we need lots of manpower for the startup. We need someone to create our post for social media. We need someone to take care of our accounting. We need someone who can, take care of the entire management, like HR, interviews and everything. Now, if you can see, the upcoming trend is called agentic AI, which is designed particularly to replace some of the profile through agents. So I'm mentoring one of the startup called GrowBro that is also into the academic and education part. So if students don't know how to connect, how to learn something easily, they can connect with the subject. I'm happy with my sports is one of my passion, so I can say explain me the law of gravity with a sport. So they will directly explain by the cricket match and ball goes and it comes in. So that is based upon the children's language AI speak and connect. Now as his question was about the professional part, there's a different thing, like we have a HR management software. The HR is just put a CV across, then the AI will pick up the right kind of profile for that particular role. AI will take an interview with a person as well. He check, he ask a random question and see how fast he can answer, what answer they are giving, and give the score based off that. Accounting, we do have a entire software with AI. And in the same way as I said, agentic AI is there, which is very useful for all the different component of any startup. So that's the first question. Second, about the media houses, yes, media houses need AI in very high frequency. The reason being, the media is something where they need to focus on the news, what is happening across the globe, what is happening in India, what is happening in your neighboring country, what is happening in USA, and 24/7. So first is collecting the data and then validate the data, authenticate the data, that are these news are correct, isn't it a fake, or is it someone is trying to do the mistake. So this is the first challenge for media, and the AI, there are a few AI tools which help media to understand the frequency of the news, trending keywords, hashtag, and then identify the right news, authentic news. And third is developing of the news. Once they understand this has happened, how to represent it to the audience, like Gujarati, Hindi, English. India have more than 35 core languages where the newspapers are being published. So all languages, they need to convert it, write it, and put it in a right sense. So previously there are lots of reporters, lots of content writer, content management team were there. Now AI could take this job, and they can do the job in a quick fraction of second, because news and media is something about of speed. How fast you can reveal the news, how fast you can cater the news to the audience, that's how your TRP, your eyeballs on your channel will be stay. So that is how it
So
goes.
for startups, it's about planning your manpower perfect using AI. And for media, it is accumulation of news, collation of news, churning news, and giving it in the right perspective using AI tools. So very wisely said, sir. I think that we have a few media people here. I think with AI, you can definitely increase your bandwidth of reach outs, right? Thank you very much for that. Satya sir, if you were to make a movie, right? You are a creative person, because anybody who teaches competitive examination has to be a creative person, because these kids are all the 99.9 percentile guys, right? So their questions are always going to be out of the box. So to address these guys, you have to think out of the box. So you have to be creative. So in that creativity, spectrum, if you were to create a movie which is to do with literature and coaching, how will you bring them together?
Okay. Teaching concepts is not difficult. In fact, students more or less don't require teachers for that. If they are curious enough, they will be able to understand concepts. But beyond concepts, like I answered in one of the previous questions, it's small things like time management, which is absolutely required. So more than talking about coming up with a new movie, I would actually ask them to go back and watch an old movie, not very old, at least for current generation, it might be a bit old. But there is a movie called Chichore. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie. It's about this young boy who is preparing for the entrance examination of engineering, fails on his attempts to harm himself, because both his parents are from that top institute. And then the father goes into a flashback and explains how all of his friends were losers in that institute. And there's a brilliant line in that movie which says that all these teachers and coaching institutes teach us about success, but nobody talks about what to do if we fail in this examination. In fact, there have been so many other different movies of late which have been coming, not just on the big screen, but also on OTTs, which talk about the struggle of people, which talk about, 1% is successful and hyped, but what about the 99% of people who don't make it? And for that, there is this brilliant series called Kota Factory, which was originally on YouTube and then on Netflix. So taking inspiration from these things, maybe I would come up with a movie which doesn't just portray the success and the hard work which goes behind achieving your dreams, but what it means to not be able to achieve something, because that's not the be all and end all of life. There are 100 different paths waiting for you, even if you don't get the one that you want. So maybe a movie focused on that would be my aim to help the students.
Fantastic, sir. Very nice, very nice. Vijan sir, I bring the question back to you. You work with different age group of people, right? So I think currently you're working with the Generation Alpha and the Generation Z, that what we call as the Gen Zs, right? So also you work with millennials and also you work with boomers, right? So how do you see is the adaptability across these different segments or of age group, right? How comfortable are we have come, we've been waiting for you. That's Snehal Chodhary. I'll be speaking and introducing her to you very shortly. I had a huge list of questions on you, so I thought let me divert a few to them, but luckily that now that you're here, I don't have to divert it to them, I'll put it bang on to you. Yeah, so I'll just complete this question with them and then come to you, ma'am. Yeah. So you have a range of people across different age groups, right? And like for example, if you talk about me, I am absolutely bang on when it comes to phone. My colleagues are here, they'll say about me. But if you WhatsApp me, I'll take 2 days to respond. But then I am a technocrat, I am a Java developer by my qualification. I can write coding, I can do anything into coding. But when it comes to social media, I would have last posted sometimes 7-8 years back. That too, in the previous panel, they said corporates are now forcing people to post. So one of my bosses would have forced me to post something, I have posted something, right? So I am that kind of an age. But then these kids who are sitting there, they're all on their mobiles, Sorry guys, that's okay, continue, not a problem. Yeah. So what do you have to say? How is the adaptability pattern across different age groups, sir?
Sure, that's a very good question. And my observation is that Gen Z are the very quick adaptive, have a very quick and adaptive nature. So whatever comes new, whatever comes next, they are keeping their eye on, and they are the highest, fastest, quickest, and prompt-friendly users for the AI, which is as per my observation. Of course, at the same time, I'm surprised to meet a couple of people who are, in their 60s or 70s, and still they have, hunger to learn it and use it. So they are also using the AI and the technology very good. So my observation is this: yes, its adaptivity is everywhere. However, the hunger to learn new things, that is the key to jumping into the particular AI.
All right. So Gen Zs adapt faster. Rest even better than the Gen Alpha.
Not better, but they give the detailed command more than 17, 18 lines. In Gen Z, 3-4 lines, they get a result. But the people who are a bit in their 20s, 30s, 50s, so they are given a detailed command. So the output will be more proper, precise, and impactful.
But the language is so different. I mean, it's so difficult to understand. The vibes don't match sometimes. True. So if I can just put just a word of humor here, I have a Gen Z in my department. I'll not name the person. Very beautiful creative person, very, very beautiful creative person. I mean, she does beautiful work, but then she speaks very less. So she has a tool in her hand which has like a Spider-Man, and she has it's a button there. So, and that has got a head which spins, right? So she will if she's gloomy in her mood, she'll just press that button and that head will spin and it'll show her gloom, right? So, and she'll place it there on the computer. So when we walk around her seat, we have to understand that, her mood is gloomy. So it gets very difficult for us, to really understand what is on. But yeah, maybe that's the age and we need to catch up with it. So maybe with time, we all will catch up, right? True. So coming to you, Snehal ji, first of all, Snehal ji is a very, very creative person. She is a TV and cinema script writer. She is also she's also done writing for a lot of Kapil Sharma shows, right? Any Kapil Sharma show fan here? The stage is yours, ma'am. हम लोग थोड़ा पीछे हो जाते हैं, आप थोड़ा आगे आ जाओ अभी, right? So all of these guys are your fans, right? So she's done a lot of writing of scripts for the Kapil Sharma show. She's also written for Vikram Bhatt Productions. She is also into script writing consultancy using AI. Plus, she is the award winner for female influential writer by Kala Academy, right? Congratulations on that, ma'am. Yeah, that's many laurels to your, I should say, to your shoulders. So, ma'am, in the age of cinema, right? Cinema is a reflection of the society, right? So, even today, if you were to see Sholay, right? So, I still remember when Umaji called me. He said, you might be moderating a session. So I asked him, kitne aadmi hain? Right? So that is still in my mind, right? So it can't go away, right? So films like cinema and that, what is that, Patthar Ke Phool, which was about 20 years, 30 years back. So these are all, huge time cinemas. So now, with AI coming in, will creativity really enhance or will it diminish? That's my first question to you. If you can first explain to us, how does creativity get affected, either enhanced or reduced by AI? Then I'll come back with my second question, which will be a bit more difficult question for you.
So first is, will creativity get enhanced or decrease? Okay, let's just come to this first.
We would need examples also of it.
Yeah. I'll try to fit into the Gen Z's, lingos. I'll try, right? So first of all, hi everybody. Using AI, I would say, is it okay with Hindi? है ना? Right. मुझे लगता है we express in Hindi like much more better. So using AI, like Gen Zs when they use it, no, as Sir said, rightly said, जो हम 8-10 lines में करते हैं, they do it like quickly in 3-4 lines. They know which word to use. I think they know AI like better than us, of course. जिस तरह से वो उसे use करते हैं, productivity, creativity, of course, it's enhancing. It will enhance down the like 5 or 10 years. We will see AI to the next level, and ये भी कह सकते हैं हम that AI will somewhere, will take over our lives in a good manner, of course. जिस तरह से क्रिएटिविटी वाइज आई एम सेइंग if I have some writers, Gen Z writers, right, aspiring writers I would call them, so they use ChatGPT and Gemini as their helping tool of course. So जिस तरह से हम फुल फ्लेश राइटिंग करते हैं, सो हम जब टिपिकल राइटिंग जो होती है, सो हम प्रॉपर राइटर्स, एक्टर्स एंड वी राइट एवरीथिंग लाइक ट्रीटमेंट एंड ऑल, एंड वो उसे वहाँ पर AI में डालकर दे गेट इट डन एंड देन दे पॉलिश इट. It's easier, right? I don't mind. I said it's easier. मुझे बस वो क्रिएटिविटी चाहिए जो मुझे स्क्रीन पर दिखानी है. I want to see, I want to visualize whatever you give me. ठीक है, I want to visualize. अगर मैं उसे visualize कर पा रही हूँ, I am okay with it. So creativity for sure it will enhance. Then coming to this Gen Zs, जो new generation है, they are quick as sir said. They are practical. They don't hesitate. Okay. They are practical. They always keep trying. And हमें लगता है कि ये traditional ways जो है ऐसे ही काम होता है. But they now teach you कि there is like you have only plan A, they have plan B, C, D, E, F, G. So they always have some another plans कि इसके अलावा भी इस तरीके से हो सकता है. So creativity wise, as a creative person, I feel it will enhance, right? When it comes to Gen Zs, वो किस तरह use करते हैं, now it depends. Like social media, I would say social media से we have got our new stars, upcoming stars जो आज तक की फिल्म हमने ट्रेलर देखा उसके लिए सोशल मीडिया से ही आए हैं. इट्स लाइक अ बॉम्ब, राइट? कौन से हाथ में जाएगा और किस तरह यूज़ किया जाएगा. अगर बॉर्डर के इस पार है तो इंडिया के लिए बेनिफिट में यूज़ होगा, बॉर्डर के उस पार है तो हमारे लिए कैसे यूज़ होगा. इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ बॉम्ब, लिविंग बॉम्ब, social media.
Very nice. So I mean, to sum up what she said, AI is like a bomb. किसके हाथ में है और किस तरफ है उसके ऊपर काफी कुछ डिपेंड करता है.
Depends on you.
मैम मुझे एक बार बताइए, guys, one more question to her and then we'll come back to you. So मैम एक और बात बताइए कि अभी मैं एक वर्कशॉप पे था जो हमारे एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस के मतलब AI के ऊपर हमारे कोई वर्कशॉप दिया जा रहा था. So उसके अंतर्गत एक ऐप से हमें इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया था जिसमें हम अगर एक सिचुएशन देंगे और एक जॉनर देंगे और टेम्पो देंगे, इवन समटाइम्स आप ताल भी दे सकते हो और अगर आपको चाहिए तो आप राग भी दे सकते हो. आप उनको बोलो कि एक गाना बना के दो मुझे इस टॉपिक के ऊपर, इस टेम्पो पे, इस पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए, और सीरीज ऑफ कमांड्स, say about 5-6 commands, which is about 5 minutes work. In about next 3 minutes, it generates a beautiful song and gives it back. Right? एक तरफ आप बोलते हो कि क्रिएटिविटी बढ़ेगा, बट मुझे तो यहाँ पे क्रिएटिविटी घटता हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है. सो हाउ डू यू रिलेट कि क्रिएटिविटी बढ़ेगा? बिकॉज अगर एक AR रहमान है, वो इतने खास शायद इसलिए है क्योंकि वो दिल है छोटा सा जो गाना शुरू किया था, उसकी बीट, उसकी जो वादियों के जो स्टाइल और वो जो म्यूज़िक का जो सेंसेशन, वो सारा कुछ एंड सिनेमा के जो लवर्स हैं वो जानेंगे कि जब रहमान साहब आए थे तो एक तमिल गाना आया था जिसका नाम था चिकबुक रेले. राइट, आई थिंक सत्या वुड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. सो उसकी एक बीट्स थी ठटक 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 ठटक, उसमें उस टाइम का टेप रिकॉर्डर उछलते थे. राइट, इट वाज सो बास हेवी. सो इंडिया डिड नॉट हैव दोज बिग बास इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स एंड मैकेनिज्म्स. इट वाज सो बास हेवी कि छोटे छोटे टेप रिकॉर्डर वो उछलते थे. बट वो एक क्रिएटिविटी थी. राइट, वहाँ से धीरे 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 हम यहाँ पे आए हैं. बट अगर आप एक AI को कमांड देते हो और AI गाना बना के दे देगा तो क्रिएटिविटी बरकरार कैसे रहेगा मैम?
I'll give you a small example for it. एक और इंस्ट्रूमेंट आया है which is like you would call it, say अभी next generation का है. I don't know the name, क्या नाम है उसका. I've seen Salim Suleiman को
it's a
मैंने,
kind of this thing, and वो सुलेमान साहब यूज करते हैं.
I don't know, I'm not from the music.
एक triangular shape का इंस्ट्रूमेंट है ब्लू कलर का and उसमें buttons लगे हुए हैं.
It has everything. It has everything. But I don't see उसमें कहीं से भी क्रिएटिविटी या म्यूजिक को लेके कहीं से मुझे लगता नहीं कि वो रिदम मिस हो रही है.
I agree to you on that part.
Right? So I'm saying in some extent, अगर आप as सत्या सर in last session हमने जब बात की, सत्या सर said कि ये एक टूल है, right? It's not a master. So वो एक टूल है, you use it just like a tool. It's just like a helping hand. Okay? आप अगर उस पर रिलाई कर जाओगे तो फिर क्रिएटिविटी हैम्पर नहीं होने वाली है, डिस्ट्रॉय होने वाली है. there will be no creativity. Monotony आएगी and you will be just like some other clerk or work or something. You just, putting your prompts, getting it done, and that's it. So AI, what AI does is, you put a prompt, and prompt डालने के बाद फिर आप जो उसे feed करोगे, that only AI will give you. If you say, I want a character, looks like I have myself created. We have made jingles also. So there are some apps. There is one more app called 11 Labs, if we can use of course the name. 11 Labs में you just put your text. It will give you a text to speech. Okay, and there are voiceover artists. आप choose कर लीजिए. If you want Italian Hindi, you will get it done there. If you want South Indian Hindi, you will get it done there. तो वहाँ पर आपको genres भी मिलते हैं and you have voiceover artists. ठीक है. But again, as I said, creativity को AI help कर सकता है, 100% टच नहीं कर सकता, right? जो आप prompt AI में दोगे, वही prompt वो आपको सिर्फ feed के बाद reply करेगा, लेकिन वो खुद से create नहीं कर सकता. So AI only follows the pattern. If there is a pattern, वो आपको 100% अच्छे results देगा. If there is no pattern, वो आपको results नहीं दे सकता. Because somebody has given him a feed. किसी ने तो data डाला है ना, वो कोई ह्यूमन ही है जिसने डेटा डाला है. सो किसी ह्यूमन का एक पर्टिकुलर लिमिटेशंस है उसके भी, ठीक है. तो उसने जो डेटा डाला हुआ है वही डेटा वो आपको बस आपके सामने रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, राइट. अब आप कहोगे कि मुझे एक कैरेक्टर चाहिए जो कुछ यूनिक हो. इट कैन नॉट गिव यू द डेटा, इट कैन नॉट मेक द कैरेक्टर, इट कैन नॉट डिज़ाइन द कैरेक्टर. यू हैव टू फीड इन इट. मुझे एक कैरेक्टर चाहिए, he should look like ऋतिक रोशन, आईब्रोज टाइगर श्रॉफ जैसी चाहिए, डांस गोविंदा स्टाइल चाहिए, हेयर मुझे बिल्कुल सलमान खान स्टाइल चाहिए. देन ओनली मे बी ही कैन क्रिएट समथिंग हाइब्रिड. ओके, बट अगर आपने कहा यूनिक कैरेक्टर, AI कैन नॉट गिव यू. सो जस्ट यूज इट लाइक अ टूल. एंड अगेन, हाउ यू यूज इट, राइट. अगेन, AI आपके लिए बहुत न्यू जनरेशन है. एंड आई से आई एम वेरी मच I'm very positive about it कि अगर हमें ऐसे कुछ tools मिले हैं जो पहले नहीं थे. अब अगर अंगूर नहीं मिले तो खट्टे हैं कहना अच्छी बात नहीं है. वो नई जनरेशन को मिला है, we also should use it. So I feel अगर students आज जो हमारे जनरेशन से न्यू जनरेशन अगर उस AI को अगर positively use करती है to enhance their creativity, to just using as a tool, तो वो 100% creativity enhance करेगा. And अगर उसे आप rely कर रहे हैं 100% कि वो monotony आ जाएगी, AI कर देगा, तो AI बस उतना ही करेगा जितना उसमें feed किया हुआ है, right?
So, ma'am, if I can sum up what you said कि correct tools इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए.
Yes, of course.
तरीके के prompts
For some extent only. हर चीज के लिए AI नहीं कर सकता.
हर चीज AI नहीं कर सकता. आपको एक लेवल तक बना के देगा, उसके बाद आपकी क्रिएटिविटी के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आप उसको कैसे लेके जाओ.
Yes, as आपने कहा कि हमने एक कोई XYZ टूल था एंड हमने उसमें प्रॉम्प्ट डाला. देन हमने ये जैज म्यूजिक चाहिए, हमें उसमें सितार यूज करना है, देन उसका टेम्पो ये चाहिए वो चाहिए. नो डाउट वो दे देगा, बट AI अभी भी सेंस उसमें वो नहीं है कि कौन से वर्ड्स यूज़ करने हैं. मैंने एक बहुत स्मॉल एग्जांपल दिया था, आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन. बोलकर कहकर, एक बोलकर और कहकर कहने से वो पूरा लिरिक्स, पूरा टेम्पो, पूरा रिदम चेंज हो जाता है, सॉन्ग का मीटर चेंज हो जाता है. नाउ ओनली अ ह्यूमन कैन अंडरस्टैंड कहाँ बोलकर डालना है, कहाँ कहकर डालना है. देयर इज़ अ सॉन्ग कमिंग अप, आई शुड नॉट डिस्क्लोज इट, बट देयर इज़ अ वर्ड कॉल जलपरी. देयर इज़ अ वर्ड कॉल तुझे दारू में नहलाएंगे. ठीक है, नहलाएंगे वर्ड से पूरा टेम्पो चेंज हो रहा है. देयर इज आइटम सॉन्ग समथिंग, तो नहलाएंगे वर्ड से पूरा टेम्पो चेंज हो रहा है. ठीक है, और तुझे दारू में डुबाएंगे, उससे पूरा टेम्पो चेंज हो रहा है. सो स्मॉल वर्ड कैन चेंज द होल सॉन्ग. अ स्मॉल वर्ड विच AI कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, ओनली यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. जब आप सुनोगे AI कैन नॉट सेंस इट. AI सुनकर नहीं बताएगा मुझ में ये गलती है, आप ही बताओगे उसमें क्या गलती है.
सो जेनजी हैं आप शायद खुद भी, और जेनजी के बारे में बात कर रही हैं. अच्छा लग रहा है, आपके थॉट्स अच्छे लग रहे हैं, लेकिन साथ में डर भी लग रहा है. सत्या सर, मैं थोड़ा सा आपके तरफ आता हूँ वापस, क्योंकि एकेडमिया का आदमी हूँ, एकेडमिया वाले से ज़्यादा ताल्लुकात रखता हूँ. लेट मी कम बैक टू यू फॉर अ मिनट. इन्होंने कहा कि आप आईब्रोज अपना चूज कर सकते हैं. आपको शाहरुख खान का क्या चाहिए तो आप डाल सकते हो, आप टाइगर श्रॉफ का चाहिए तो डाल सकते हो. आपने मेरे पसंदीदा एक भी हीरोइन का नाम नहीं लिया, बट दैट्स ओके, कोई बात नहीं. लाइक हमारे टाइम की माधुरी होती थी जो सबसे ब्यूटीफुल समझते थे हम जिनको. सो माधुरी का अलग से स्माइल आपको चाहिए तो आप डाल सकते हो. सो आप जैसे कह रहे हो वैसे एक सॉफ्टवेयर है character.ai, बेसिकली आप अपना गर्लफ्रेंड बना सकते हो जिस तरीके से आप चाहते हो. Character.ai सत्या जी आपको ज़रूर मालूम होगा बिकॉज आप इन्हीं बच्चों के साथ डेली इन एंड आउट डील करते हो. इतनी ज़्यादा एंगेजिंग है कि शायद एक रियल गर्लफ्रेंड भी उतनी एंगेजिंग ना हो. राइट, इट कैन ऑफ कैप्चर्स योर इमोशंस टू दैट ग्रेट लेवल. राइट, सो इसके नेगेटिव कनोटेशंस बहुत सारे देखे गए. वी हैव इवन सीन you know, the highest form of negative connotations like suicides also, where children have not been able to cope up to such emotional disturbances or disruptions, right? So आजकल की modern युग में, particularly generation alpha में, जो आपके classrooms में बैठते हैं, इस तरीके का AI इंटरफेरेंस की वजह से आपको किस तरीके की प्रॉब्लम्स दिखती है, और एज अ टीचर आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे फॉर द पेरेंटिंग कम्युनिटी विच इज़ हियर. राइट, बच्चे तो हैं, टीचर्स तो हैं, बट पेरेंट्स को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे इसके जरिए?
आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू से एनीथिंग न्यू. दो चीज़ें जो एक मैम ने कही, एक सर ने कही हैं. शी वेरी राइटली पॉइंटेड आउट दैट ऑल दीज टूल्स आर लाइक एन एक्सप्लोजिव. किसके हाथ में है वो डिपेंड करता है. एंड लाइक सर वेरी राइटली पॉइंटेड आउट द थर्ड पॉइंट, दैट इट शुड बी डन अंडर द सुपरविजन ऑफ समबडी हु कैन गाइड यू ऑन द राइट पाथ. वन थिंग जो पॉजिटिवली मुझे दिखता है इज दैट जेन अल्फा, बिकॉज दे हैव एक्सपोजर टू इवन द रील्स विच टेल देम कि ये नेगेटिव है, तो उनको इस बात की भनक है कि हाँ ये गलत है और मुझे उस रास्ते नहीं जाना है. सो अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ सेल्फ अवेयरनेस बेटर देन मे बी आवर जनरेशन डज एग्जिस्ट. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, पेरेंट्स को डेफिनेटली ये कहूँगा, प्लीज डोंट लेट देम अलोन and have no supervision when they are using social media, when they are using new innovative tools. और कुछ नहीं, just speak into them. हाँ बेटा क्या चल रहा है आजकल, कौन सा टूल यूज कर रहे हो, जरा मुझे भी सिखाना क्या क्या होता है. I mean, you don't need a child lock. You can't keep them away from these tools. You can't ban them. But as long as you are proactive into what is going, devote half an hour every day, no phone zone. आज घर में मेरे पास काफ़ी पेरेंट्स आते हैं इस कंप्लेन के साथ कि बच्चा बहुत स्क्रीन टाइम यूज़ करता है. एंड देन I see the parent himself, हर 2 मिनट में कॉल आ रहा है, उन्होंने उसको स्विच ऑफ नहीं किया है, बीच काउंसिल में 1 मिनट सर मैं एक कॉल ले लेता हूँ. सो बच्चा आपको ही देख के सीख रहा है. सो यू आई मीन सिंपल सी बात है, मंकी सी मंकी डू, और बच्चों को तो बंदर ही बोलता हूँ. तो माँ बाप जो कर रहे हैं उसी का अनुसरण करेंगे बच्चे. सो मेक इट अ फ्रेंडली जोन फॉर देम टू बी ओपन अबाउट थिंग्स, डिस्कस थिंग्स, बी फ्रैंक टू देम, बट ऑल्सो कीप अ सटल वॉच. एंड आई एम श्योर एज ओल्ड पेरेंटिंग mantras जो हैं, they are going to be very valid even with AI coming up, because like I say, AI is just a tool. Just because everybody had access to stones, it doesn't mean कि हर किसी ने एक डेविड स्टैचू क्रिएट किया या हर किसी के हाथ में था. So it doesn't mean हर किसी ने एक मोनालिसा पेंट कर दिया है, right? So it's just a tool. If you make good use of it, excellent. If not, that's it.
So simple crux है कि right kind of supervision अगर हो तो किसी प्रकार की प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी.
Absolutely.
Right, superb sir. Thank you very much. Ma'am, एक last question आपको पूछूंगा, फिर I'll come back to you with one last question sir. Then we'll put it the house open to the audience for questioning. Ma'am, अधिकतर जो मूवी स्टार्स हैं और मूवी मेंटर्स हैं, जो बड़े बड़े जैसे शाहरुख खान जी हो गए और बाकी प्रीति जिंटा जी हो गए, जो प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस वगैरह चलाते हैं, ये लोग AI कंपनीज खोल रहे हैं. क्या बेसिकली पर्पस है और उससे क्या मूवीज में किस तरीके की बेहतरीन चीज़ें या मॉडर्नाइजेशन या व्हाट एग्जैक्टली कैन वी सी एज अ नेक्स्ट स्टेप फॉरवर्ड?
यस, AI कंपनीज खुल रही है, एज हमने डिस्कस किया इसके पहले भी ना. पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में लाइक रांझना हमने डिस्कस किया, रांझना इसके पहले सर सेट रांझना री रिलीज हो रही है, एंड धनुष हिमसेल्फ वाज डिस्टर्ब्ड. ही डिडंट लाइक इट कि जस्ट इट्स Ranjana is like a cult movie in terms of romance and all, ठीक है. धनुष का जो कैरेक्टर था, it was like memorable. धनुष ने ही उस फिल्म को जिंदा रखा, अदरवाइज रांझना की स्टोरी भी ऑल नो, राइट, कोई नया नहीं है. सो AI can create characters maybe much better than धनुष. शायद वो जो कैरेक्टर डिज़ाइन होगा वो धनुष से ज़्यादा हैंडसम होगा, एक्शन सीक्वेंस अच्छा करेगा, मे बी रोमांस अच्छा कर लेगा, मे बी फेयर दिखा सकते हो, बट इट कैन नॉट गिव द फील जो धनुष ने दी है उस फिल्म में, राइट. धनुष कैन नॉट बी एन AI कैरेक्टर, सो ही डिडंट लाइक इट. AI कंपनीज खुल रही है, सबसे पहले तो हम वी ऑल्सो नो दैट सिनेमा इज़ अ बिजनेस, राइट. इट्स अ बिजनेस नाउ. आर्ट फिल्में अलग बनती है, एंड वी नो इट्स ऑल बिजनेस. तो बिजनेस पर्पज से नहीं, एक तो AI चीपेस्ट है, राइट मैं किसी एक्टर से मैंने कहा कि सो एंड सो स्टोरी है एंड मेरा बजट इतना है बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू गिव, मुझे एक्टर्स के लिए मेरा इतना बजट है, मुझे मेरा बजट इतना रखना है। मैं किसी एक्टर अगर वो मुझसे कहेगा कि ठीक है आई विल चार्ज 80 lakhs फॉर दिस प्रोजेक्ट, बट मुझे लग रहा है कि अगर स्टोरी इतनी कुछ नहीं है आई कैन मैनेज इट विथ AI, मैं 50,000 का सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लूँगा, इट्स ईजी, इट्स चीपेस्ट, ठीक है। तो हम कई बार देयर इज़ अ फ्रेज़, आपने सुना नहीं पता नहीं मुझे, लेकिन मुंबई में ये फ्रेज़ है, रस्ते का माल सस्ते में, दे से इट अ लॉट। सो ये काफ़ी दैट्स मुंबई या धारावीज स्लैंग, ठीक है, रस्ते का माल सस्ते में। तो ठीक है आपको वो मिल तो जाएगा लेकिन वो क्वालिटी आपको नहीं दे पाएगा वो। सो AI कंपनीज खुल रही है, दे वांट टू एक्सप्लोर, ठीक है। एनिमेशन जो है हमें पता है, एनिमेशन क्रिएट करने में एनिमेशन पहले आर्टिस्ट अलग से हमें हायर करने पड़ते थे, वी नीड एन एनिमेशन आर्टिस्ट और ये और वो। नाउ वी हैव द ग्रेटेस्ट एग्जांपल इज महाअवतार नरसिम्हा, हमने देखा है नरसिंह, ठीक है, उसका AI क्रिएट कर, उसका एनिमेशन क्रिएट करने में दे से 2.5 साल लग गए, राइट। अब अगर AI चैलेंज कर रहा है एनिमेशन इंडस्ट्री को सीधा, सो ये थ्रेट है उनके लिए, ये थ्रेट है। तो ऐसा जिस तरीके से AI कंपनीज खोली जा रही है, मे बी दे वांट टू बजट कम करना है, चीपेस्ट रेट में करना है, बट ये इवेंचुअली जो क्रिएटिविटी और जो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री है, जो AI इंडस्ट्री है, सॉरी जो एनिमेशन इंडस्ट्री है, ये उसके ऊपर सीधा सा थ्रेट है कि अब आप हमारे सामने और एक ऑप्शन है, सो वी विल नॉट पे टू द एनिमेशन आर्टिस्ट, हम नहीं पे करेंगे ना, ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर्स। अब ग्राफिक्स ऐसे बन जाते हैं, यू जस्ट पुट अ प्रॉम्प्ट, ग्राफिक इज़ रेडी। पहले हम इन्विटेशंस या कोई भी पैम्पलेट हमें बनवाना है, इवन ट्रेलर्स भी कट जाते हैं अब तो, आप बस डाल दीजिए आपका, ट्रेलर्स कट जाते हैं। सो अब जब हम प्रॉम्प्ट डालते हैं, सारी चीज़ें AI पर अवेलेबल है, वी डोंट नीड आर्टिस्ट नाउ। उस आर्टिस्ट ने उस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड में एक्सेलेंस लेने के लिए अपना हार्ट एंड स्वेट दिया, 10 साल लगाए, मे बी FTI गया होगा या फिर किसी और इंस्टीट्यूट से पढ़ा होगा, कि उसने 10 साल लगा दिए इस पर्टिकुलर स्किल को हासिल करने में, एंड आज एकदम से AI आता है एंड कहता है कि वी डोंट नीड यू, गो बैक टू योर विलेज एंड खेती करो, राइट। सो ये हो रहा है। सो ऑफ कोर्स कंपनीज को हेल्प मिल रही है, शाहरुख खान, अजय देवगन ऑल्सो हैव, ठीक है, तो वो अपनी AI कंपनीज खोल रहे हैं, उन्हें लग रहा है कि ये चल जाएगा, हो सकता है चल भी जाए इन फ्यूचर, वी डोंट नो।
एक बात तो है कि VFX जैसे FX वगैरह डालने के बाद बाहुबली जैसे पिक्चरें अच्छी तो लगती हैं देखने में, नो डाउट अबाउट इट। वैसे गाने भी नहीं बन पाते, पुराने ज़माने के तो गाने बहुत ही अच्छे थे, बट या विद मॉडर्न टाइम्स these movies are definitely picking up a lot.
Yes.
Right? And yeah, so my last question to you before I put the house open for the audience, sir. मीडिया में पर्टिकुलरली आप सिंस मीडिया हाउसेस के साथ काम करते हैं, मैं इसलिए आपसे मीडिया का सवाल कह रहा हूँ, बहुत दफ़ा हम जब सोशल मीडिया देखते हैं पर्टिकुलरली तो फेक न्यूज़ प्रॉम्प्ट्स होती है, राइट, बहुत ओरिजिनल दिखता है। और अभी पीछे ऐसा कुछ आया था कि मोदी साहब फलाने के घर पे जाके डिनर करके आए थे, राइट, एक बहुत बड़ा न्यूज़ चलता था और मेरे फादर देख के भावुक हो गए, अरे लुक एट हाउ इट इज़। बट देन कितना ये सच है कितना झूठ है, उसके ऊपर एक बड़ी मुद्दत से बहुत चली थी, मतलब सो पीपल लाइक अस वी रियली डोंट अंडरस्टैंड वेदर व्हाट वी आर सीइंग इज करेक्ट और इनकरेक्ट। हाउ डू यू रिलेट टू इट, और कैसे उसको आप जानेंगे कि ये सच्ची है ये खबर और ये खबर सही नहीं है, कैसे पता लगेगा सर?
ओके, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जब भी आप कोई न्यूज़ पढ़ते हैं ना, जिन यू नीड टू चेक द सोर्स ऑफ द न्यूज़ कौन से माध्यम से आया है, दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू कीप योर आइज अपॉन। अगर देर इज़ सम क्रेडिबल सोर्स लाइक BBC है, कोई भी न्यूज़ है, तो then we should trust it, because every domain is getting their DA score, that is a domain authority score, based upon the performance, they're putting the right things across and all. So previously there is a Google having a SEO, now after these all AI tools they have a AEO. So in that particular terms we need to check the source of the news first, that is it authentic or not, and second thing you need to do is that check and match with the other. If something is a breaking news, then multiple channels will publish and podcast the same. So we need to also check with that. If it's a breaking news, if all the different media houses are showing the same, then there is a sense of authenticity and the fact amount into the news.
Beautiful, so beautiful. So any questions from the audience? We can take one or two questions from the audience and then we can wrap up the session. I think they are getting late for the next session. Yeah, बोलिए sir, बोलिए please बोलिए.
So
to take it or shall I take it? Yeah. सर सबसे पहले तो मैं आप सभी को ये बताना चाहूँगा कि अगर कोई आपको बोले कि AI फॉरेन का है तो बिल्कुल विश्वास न करिएगा. AI को बनाने वाले फॉरेन में इंडियंस हैं. ठीक है, चाहे आप माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ले लो, चाहे आप गूगल ले लो, चाहे कोई भी बड़ी कंपनी ले लो, जितनी भी बड़ी टेक्नोलॉजी एंड AI इज़ अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ इंडियंस, राइट. वो अलग बात है कि वो वहाँ जाके बनाते हैं और हम उनको यहाँ पे यूज़ करते हैं. सवाल, पहला सवाल. दूसरा सवाल, जो क्राइम की आपने बात करी है, इसको द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, द एजेंसीज, दे हैव कम अ लॉन्ग वे, राइट. अब आप इंडिया में देखिए डिजिटल पेमेंट्स हैं. डिजिटल पेमेंट्स पूरी वर्ल्ड इसको सराहती है, इस डिजिटल पेमेंट सिस्टम को, राइट. आप कितने बार आप गूगल पे पेमेंट करते हैं, इतने मैं 5 साल से इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ, राइट. भगवान की दुआ से अभी तक मैं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं फेस किया. 0.0001% के लोगों को शायद प्रॉब्लम फेस होती है, बट उसके भी मैकेनिज्म्स हैं कि आप कैसे कंप्लेन करेंगे, साइबर सेल में किस तरह की कंप्लेन करेंगे. आज की डेट में गुजरात की मैं बात करूं, आप साइबर सेल में कंप्लेन करेंगे तो 24 आवर्स के अंदर आपको पता लग जाएगा क्या एग्जैक्टली आपके साथ हुआ है. Systems and mechanisms and processes are so advanced in this country today with regard to AI. So with slowly with the influx of all these things coming in, धीरे crime बहुत हद तक कम होती चली जा रही है, right? So we are going quite forward. Only thing is sir, हम किस तरीके से properly AI का इस्तेमाल करें और कितना ethically इस्तेमाल करें, वो हमारे खुद के हाथ में है. और बच्चों के लिए खास तौर से हमारे एडल्ट्स के सुपरविजन के अंडर अगर करें, उसको टीचर्स की गाइडेंस के अंदर करें, तो आई थिंक दिस कंट्री इज गोइंग टू डू ग्रेट वंडर्स यूजिंग AI एज अ टेक्नोलॉजी. यू हैव समथिंग टू आस्क?
पॉपुलर मीडिया में जैसे 2 लाइंस हैं, सावधान रहें, सतर्क रहें.
सावधान रहें, सतर्क रहें. बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब. कैन वी टेक दैट वन क्वेश्चन सर? या प्लीज गो अहेड बच्चा.
Good evening, sir.
Hi.
So, I am somebody of the belief that AI is best suited to fields such as defense, health, finance, social development. Naturally, I believe that if AI is introduced into literature, the author is becoming dependent. So, don't you think that the next generation will not have its own Shakespeares, its own Oscar Wildes, its own Jane Austens? And if so, will the interest of the readers also significantly decrease? Because if the literature is not authentic, then what will produce a healthy dynamic between the readers and the authors?
Very nice.
Okay. I would first like to know your definition of the word authentic. Because I'm not expecting an answer. I once asked a very popular chef this question, कि सर आजकल फ्यूजन खाने की बात कर रहे हैं, इसमें authenticity कहाँ है? And this is precisely what he asked. What do you mean by authentic? There is no such thing as authentic. Who defines it? So Shakespeare for his time would have been a great writer. Chetan Bhagat is considered to be a brilliant writer by a lot of people of the current generation. Older generation would say क्या बकवास लिखता है. But then you have to understand that he made reading popular among Indian youth. So, okay, it's fancy to say, okay, I love Jane Austen and I read Faust and Proust and William Wordsworth. But there's absolutely nothing wrong in saying that I read Chetan Bhagat and I love it. Right? Okay. You could say, okay, I'm a lover of old movies and I'm on the school of Rituparno Ghosh and Ritwik Ghatak and Shyam Benegal, if I remember a name. But then there's absolutely nothing in saying I love Rohit Shetty movies. So AI is bringing things to the front. It is democratizing things. A person who couldn't put a collection of 20,000 words for a complete novel, he has an idea in his mind, but there was no way he was able to generate 20,000 words to merit a printed book. AI is helping you do that. You have 1 page worth ideas, you feed it into the AI, it gives you a 200-page book, you sit and make sure that it follows your tone, and maybe that's the next big thing. So let's not worry about, authenticity, this and that, because there is no such thing as authenticity. अगर आप शेक्सपियर के ज़माने में पूछते किसी को तो बोलते ये आजकल कोई नया लड़का आया है कुछ लिखते रहता है, हमारे ज़माने में जो 2000 साल पुराने थे वो ऑथेंटिक फ्लेवर कहाँ. सो प्लीज लेट्स नॉट वरी अबाउट, लेट्स एंजॉय द न्यू थिंग्स.
Thank you very much. I think we should wrap up the session, right? Umaji, I think time's up for today. And so children, if you have more questions, the speakers are available here. You can later come down because I think they are getting late for the next session. And children, for you guys, I think your school is hosting a literary festival on the 29th of November. Attend that. I think many senior people are going to be there and they'll be addressing all your questions, right? As of now, thank you for this opportunity. Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you much. Thank you. Thank you much. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the speakers and moderators for such an insightful information. And we will now like to facilitate our panel by Tanushka Sharma, Uday Singh, Umashankar Yadav.